following program is intended for a mature listening audience. Graphic and explicit language may be heard at times. The views expressed and opinions given by the individual hosts and their guests do not necessarily express those of this station or sponsors. Listeners are advised that neither the station nor owners and agents will be held liable for the content of this program. Rebroadcast, redistributed, or reused without the express written permission without the host or producer is not allowed. You are listening to Family Spirit International.
Well, hello, everybody. It's Lee here and Miss Luna Simone. Hey, everybody. Tonight, we've got a very special guest. We've got Larissa Rex, and she is not only beautiful, but she is, how do I say? She's as smart as she is beautiful. And there's Brandon.
A handful. She's a handful.
She's a handful. Okay. Double handfuls, and she had quite the April Fool's Day thing today. She announced on social media and scared the shit out of everybody. Like, what the heck? She quit.
Let's give a shout out to Cherry Snot. I love you so much, Cherry Snot.
Abbyville misses us. All right, we'll come back.
You're my favorite. You're
yes.
My favorite.
And David Hembry, thank you. And, of course, Cherry Snot, Tracy. You guys send messages, send text messages, send the link to your friends and family. It's going to be a great show.
It'll be all right.
So our guest tonight, she's a wonderful person. I love talking to her. This is going to be a great show. But she's a producer. She's a psychic medium. You know, she does everything. She's got several businesses that she runs. A lot of stuff going on.
She's
Italian. And we do have Christopher Fisher. That's our moderator. He's going to be coming in just a minute. Without further ado, if Luna agrees, we're going to go ahead and bring in Miss Larissa.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Hey, guys.
Thank you for having me. And you're so sweet. You're so kind.
Oh, you're a doll. We love you. So what have you got going on?
Well, I've renamed myself the Para Mad Hatter.
The Para Mad Hatter. Larissa.
Oh, guys, who's the Facebook users? I don't know what they are.
I know. Break out the pom-poms. Woo!
Who are you guys? Hi, guys. Hi, everybody. I don't know who Cherry Snot is, but very awesome name.
She is amazing. She came out when we were down in Abbeville doing an event. And she is a haunted attraction performer or entertainer.
Yes.
So that's her stage name.
Oh, I like that.
All right. So Jason Combs, thank you for coming in. Alan Rex, I think you might know him.
I'm married to that guy.
That man is nothing but sexy. He is twisted steel and sex appeal. He's like a big old drink of sweet tea in the summertime.
Oh Lord.
It's my bestie, Sarah. It's my bestie. Oh, and hi, Jason. I love Jason, by the way.
I love Sarah Grimm.
Cherry Snot. Yes, and this is my Luna girl. And she's such a photo bomber. She's a diva. She knows she's a diva. So she sits right here and she'll come around and look in the, TV. She knows. She loves to watch TV. Don't you, girl? Yeah. So tell us what you've got on your to-do list. What are you up to? You do so many things. Yeah.
So, where do I begin? Where do you want to start? There's so much. Much.
Oh, it's Casey. Hey, Casey, thank you for being here.
Hi, Casey.
That's my girl. She's great on investigations. She's got a lot of talent.
If you guys could go to StreamYard.com/Facebook and give StreamYard permission to use your Facebook profile, we will be able to know who you are. Thank you.
Well, I'm glad to know this. See, I didn't know that.
That's
Did you
why
know that?
I'm the producer. That's why I know
Hey,
things.
Anthony.
Hi,
Anthony.
Anthony.
Yes, I love you. Oh, I
I
just
was
love Anthony.
Oh my God, I was so excited when I saw his daughter-in-law and his son's baby shower.
I know.
It was so
I
cute.
know. He's going to be a great grandpa.
Great
Oh my
grandpa.
gosh.
Okay, I misunderstood. I thought it was grandpa. What do you mean great grandpa?
No, great, comma, grandpa.
A
Oh,
wonderful
oh, that's
grandfather.
like
Crystal Hill
No.
from Ghost Hunting Housewives. What up?
What's up,
hello.
girl? We got a lot of people coming on. It's going to be a para party for real. So, Larissa, you run the Haunted Mafia and Third Eye. Is that right?
Right, right.
Holy crap. How do you do it all?
So Third Eye is so para. I gotta back up. So para is Palmerton Area Research Alliance, and that was the team. And that kind of turned into, hey, let's do events. When we linked up with Angie at Hell House, and Angie at Hell House is a businesswoman, and she was like, let's do some events. And that turned into let's have a company.
Uh-huh.
That was Third Eye. Well, we wanted to do bigger venues, and honestly, we wanted to keep our team small. We had a lot of trial and error, and after 2.5 years, we landed on the same 9 people that we stuck with our team. But that's not enough staff to run big venues for events.
That's true.
So we were like, how can we do these bigger events at these bigger places, but keep the cost low so the tickets aren't astronomical for people who want to go to huge places and do events? Maybe they can't rent places that are $2,000 to $2,500 for a private, but they want to go to an event there, right? And we also don't like to have huge events like where you are on top of each other. So we're like trying to figure out how we
I don't like that.
Right. Like make everyone happy. Right. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, well, why don't we partner with other companies instead of this craziness and animosity of competing for the calendar with other companies and fighting? Let's partner with them. We can use each other's resources. We can help each other out, keep the ticket prices low, get into the bigger places, use each other's staff. Everybody's happy. So the Haunted Mafia was born, and we partnered with Dave Giuliano and Haunted Exploration Events. And that's our main second director, my co-director. And then whoever else we decide, that comes along and wants to, any other companies. So, or independent people. And for example, for Wilson Castle, Dave Childers ended up being our affiliated co-director for that event.
Nice. Oh, good. I just love that guy. I met him at MassCon, and it was like, oh my God, there you are. I've been looking for you. And we'd never actually, had a face-to-face meeting. He's just that kind of guy. Just really sweet.
So yeah, David's like a brother to me. And I have a funny story about him when he came here to film for our show that we're doing 24 Hours in Hell. Yeah. Hi. I lit myself on fire, and that's a true story, with David sitting next to me.
Holy shit. What did you do?
So my husband will say it all the time, like the dumbest smart person he knows right here. Sitting next to a heater in the control room of Hell House. And we were waiting to film, and I had Santiago Cirillo right across.
Isn't he sweet? I love that guy.
Love him. And Dave is sitting next to me, and it's early, and we're tired. We're about to start 24 hours of filming, and I smell what smells like farts. True story. And I look over at Dave, and I'm like, "Are you farting?" And he's like, "No," in that deep Southern accent, and I'm like. And I'm telling you, he's like a brother to me. And I'm like, quit it. That's nasty. And I start arguing with him. And he's like, I'm not farting. Cut it out. Cut it. We start going back and forth. And this whole time, my sleeve to my chemically treated bubble jacket is inside of the heater next to my chair.
Well, there's that.
So I start to go, is it fire? And the whole time, Santiago is sitting right across from me, quiet, just staring at me. I know this man saw my sleeve on fire. I know he did. Okay. And I just go, farts are fire. Farts are fire. And I'm just saying it out loud, and nobody's moving. Angie comes busting into the control room, and she's busting in to come tell us we need to get ready for the next scene because we're about to go film. And she busts in, and as she does, I notice I'm on fire, and I jump up, and I'm like, I'm on fire.
Holy crap, girl.
Nobody knows. Nobody cares. Nobody cares.
Well, well, I super glued my finger to my eyebrow. I did. That's not, it's not like setting myself on fire, but that's why I had to color them in. I did.
We have a little video here. Well, not her on fire. I wish, but I think this is talking about casting or something. So
yes.
I'm gonna get this up.
That's right, Jason. Stop, drop, and roll.
There we go.
Welcome to Waldorf, the State of Fear, set of the Hell House LLC franchise. I'm Angie Moyer, owner-creator here at this 180-year-old hotel.
I love me some Angie.
Unusual things have happened here over the years, so I decided to call in my paranormal friends from Palmerton Area Research Alliance.
Where'd she go?
They discovered there are many hauntings inside this building, and we want to share our findings with you. Think you got what it takes to survive 24 hours in hell? Then join our team of investigators as we get locked in here to see what happens when we spend 24 hours in hell investigating the phenomena that is Waldorf, a State of Fear.
Y'all, she's badass.
Yes, she is.
She is badass. Yeah, I like it. I like it.
Around. You would love. Yeah, we just did we just did a video yesterday to send off. I wish I could share it with everyone, but I can't yet. We do have some trailers that'll be dropping.
I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy for you.
I'm excited to share it with all of you more. I'm just excited because honestly, we do there's all these shows that are out there, but this is like, I'm excited about the research and the types of hauntings that we're finding there.
Yes.
Oh my God, guys.
Yes, that was awesome. By the way, my dear friend Stan Fikes is watching tonight. Thank you, Stan. I can't wait to have you on my show. He has his own production company as well, and he's doing Deep South Para Comic Con.
Is it Para Horror Comic Con this year?
I think it is. Yeah. Is it right, Stan? I think so. And Santiago goes every year. Jeremy Leonard. Excuse me, I'm all pollinated here. I'm losing my voice.
And Stan, I know I owe you like a back catalog of these shows, and I apologize. I will get them to you.
Well, we share some content. So it works out great. I love these guys. Stan and his wife, Teresa, are amazing. And the only thing missing is you. So we got to get you somehow to Bama. Yes, yes,
me?
yes. Yes, you. You.
No, I'm already there.
Oh, wait. Where is the Deep South? Where is it?
Ozark, Alabama.
Alabama.
Oh, I would totally go. Well, wait, if Santi's going to be there, you guys will see me there. That was one of the things I was going to say. Santi announced it this morning. On his live. I don't know if anybody heard, but I
saw it, but I didn't hear it. Okay,
so I'm actually his paranormal agent and manager going forward. So you guys will be seeing me with Santi in the future at his shows and stuff.
He's so sweet. He really is.
I do love him.
I do too. My husband's a veteran, just like Brandon, and he calls Brandon his battle buddy, and and I know my girl here is also a veteran. And
my captain.
And I know, Lee, I know about your husband too, and you were an Army wife, and we're all.
Yeah, I am. No, he's still in. Yeah, he's still in. I haven't gotten free of it.
He's doing reserves, right, or National Guard?
Both. He's active duty National Guard. Yeah.
Yeah. See. Yeah.
He works with the Army Corps of Engineers through the week. In one of the units there, and then he works with Apache helicopters. Now, him a badass too, which is why I married him. I'm just going to tell you right now, my husband is my addiction.
Aww.
There it is. I'm completely addicted to him.
And one day, Larissa, when we're all hanging out, you need to hear the story of what Matt said to her and what happened, because that whole story is amazing. But we're not going to. We won't get into it here. But
Babe, yeah, because this is about you and all your mischief and all your shenanigans. So
I never get to talk to you late ever.
I
You're
know.
so busy, so I would love to hear whatever you have to
Oh,
say.
honey, we will have. I'll bring some muscadine wine or some moonshine or something like that, and we're just gonna sit and just. I'm transparent. I really am. I don't play mind games. I don't know how. I mean, I did, I guess, when I was, single or something, but it's just not worth it. It's not worth it.
I think Matt played the mind game on you. Sorry.
Oh, honey, and I'm glad he did.
How long are you married?
26 years, May 8th.
And you still like him?
With all my heart. I can't help it.
Sorry, Alan.
But buddy, he can piss me off worse than, oh, Lord, I don't even want to go there. But, we just fight to make up. But,
Aw, that's sweet.
I'm serious. He's it. He's it. Everything else, I put up with, going to work, cooking dinner, stuff like, here he comes. Get your butt over here. I told everybody you're my addiction. Yeah. Get it. Come here. Say hey.
Oh, he's got here, you big sexy guy. Come on.
I can't wait to meet your husband.
You met my husband. You met him.
Oh, that's right. I did at the MassCon. Yeah. Well, I didn't really get to talk to him much, but we will. We will. Okay. I gotta know this. So, how in the hell did you get into the paranormal?
This is a good story.
Oh, well.
I want the Genesis story.
So I'm a medium. I was born this way.
Yeah.
So my whole life, and I don't know, most mediums who are my age, they went through this, I think, growing up, where their families really weren't very, like, unless their mothers were also mediums, didn't really embrace it. So I was raised Catholic also, Italian and Catholic.
Yes.
So I grew up in New York and Brooklyn. So I grew up in a very closed-minded type of environment. So I really didn't do a whole lot, but I spent my whole life very afraid. And then I went in the army. And again, you can't tell people in the army. Your husband will tell you that you see dead people, and you certainly can't do it when you're an officer. Yeah. So I got out of the army and I was in Augusta, Georgia. And it was 2012, and I saw an ad. I saw an ad for a group that was looking for an investigator, and I went and I did a little bit of investigating with them. And I was first exposed to the ovilus and, like, all of these pieces of equipment, and it was so foreign to me because I was so used to me being equipment, like not even able to control it. And so I did a couple of investigations, and I was with them for about 3 months, and then my brother died, and I shut down, as you can imagine. It was unexpected. He died of a drug overdose. He died.
Oh, no.
Yeah, he died Christmas. It was just awful. Like, you can imagine. And by the way, he was my second brother to die in this manner. So I completely shut down. And I didn't do anything else to do with the paranormal for quite a minute. I ended up leaving. Thanks. I know. I love the jacket story too. Oh, I love you too. I ended up leaving Georgia several years later. I know, right? Several years later, I came up to Pennsylvania, started a new life here, and I met Alan, which is a funny story how I met him. But I lived in the first bakery in Easton, Pennsylvania.
I'm covered up with dogs. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm just moving them around. This is Ginger.
Hi, Ginger.
Yep. And here's my husband, and he's going to sit down, and I'm going to take this off so he can hear too.
Hi, Matt.
Oh, look at that, man. I mean, how could you not like that?
Are you a sir or are you a sergeant?
He's not a sir.
He's not a sir?
Not a sir. She's got to take the plug out so he can hear. Stand by. Okay. And you're muted, Lee.
Hi, Laura.
Yeah, we got
Laura.
Hey. Hey,
guys.
Jerry Snot says hey.
Hey.
From Alabama, from Abbeville.
She said Abbeville misses us. We're coming back, I promise.
How's everybody
Big
doing
old
tonight?
teddy bear. That's right.
Have you, Matt? Have you met Larissa?
They talked on the
Hello,
phone for
how
about
you
30
doing?
minutes.
Yeah, well,
When I first
you're
found
missing
her.
a lot. You need to just sit down with Larissa and chat because she's something else. She's an amazing lady, and I'm proud to call her one of my close friends. So she's good people.
Thanks. You're like
Hey,
my brother, buddy.
And David Hembry says hi. Hey, David Childers is asking for the link to the show on StreamYard because he can't see all the comments.
And hi, Alora. So I moved across the street from this footsteps from a graveyard. Not a good idea. And I moved and
I got you, David.
and I met Alan. And after me and Alan moved in together, COVID hit. And I was bored out of my mind. And we started watching some of the shows that were out there, some of the paranormal shows. And I basically just told him, I don't like these shows. I really didn't. I said, I can see these people and I can do these things. And it just doesn't interest me. And so for my birthday, he went out and he got a couple of like an EVP recorder and just a K2 meter. And we just started doing stuff during COVID. And our son was born. And that's basically how it all started.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. Yeah.
She had two brothers to pass away too. You didn't hear that first part, and the latest one that passed died on Christmas Day.
Oh, I'm
no,
sorry.
No. We Christmas Eve. He actually died December 20th. He died December 20th, but we buried him Christmas Eve. Yeah.
Well, it still touched Christmas.
It was horrible. Absolutely.
I absolutely am so sorry.
It was a while ago.
I can't read the writing with my distance glasses.
He's taking his off. I had to put mine back on. These are the ones
we just
I
switch
use.
Back and forth between the two of us, and we'll eventually have a full set of eyeballs to be able to see what's going on.
David, hey, I sent you a link. Come sit in the green room, brother, if you want to.
Yeah. Thomas Patrick Gormley is in the house, and he's saying he's glad to see us all together chatting. This is a really great night.
Do you know Tom? Do you know him?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah, from MassCon. We had lunch together, and I don't know. It just
I'm looking forward.
Our tables were near each other, so
I'm looking forward to meeting him up at Wilson Castle.
I can't wait.
He's a really good guy. I ran into some trouble last week, and I don't even know him. I met him at Mass, and I've talked to him a handful of times. But talk about somebody taking hours out of their day to help somebody they don't even know. Like, it means the world to me.
He's a good man.
Yeah.
Well, he's a profiler too, so you can't really lie to him.
Very true.
That's one great thing I noticed about our community. So it's real easy in a very short period of time. You can tell the ones that are true at nature and they really believe that this is something that they want to do, and the people that just want to get out there and be in a show, or glory hunters, right? Mm-hmm. So, but when you get a group of people, you can be all over the planet. I mean, I've got people on the other side of the earth, the planet that I've helped, and they've helped me, and they will stop what they're doing, to help somebody in a spiritual crisis or in a dilemma with something, to try to help that person or to help out a client. It's amazing. Terry
Snot girl, I just want to say you've already met people like us. Okay, you said I wish I could meet people like you around me.
I was like, didn't I meet you?
We both met.
You did meet people like me.
Just come play. Come out and play. We want to hang out.
I'm sorry you had to hang out with me all night. Cheers.
Has Brandon told you, Lee, that he stayed at my house?
Yes.
I was the gnome in her home for like a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, he told me you guys fed him and took care of him and didn't feed him after midnight.
Yeah, don't get me wet. Don't feed me after midnight.
Do not feed him after midnight, because he will keep you up and he doesn't care if you go to work the next day.
I could care less. What is work? Here, enjoy this.
I've got insomnia real bad, so if I can't sleep, I'll get on. I'll say, I bet Brendan's on Facebook, and I'll go talk to him 2-3 o'clock in the morning.
Yep.
Alan said he multiplied.
we ended up with a really awesome road trip. So you get two veterans in the front seat of a sports car going down the road, and
6.5 hours
back for 6.5 hours. We had a ball.
We
So-
did. We laughed for 6 hours straight.
We laughed.
Alan said he kept me up till 4 a.m. and I have to
I
get
did.
up at like
I did.
6:30.
That wasn't exactly all my fault.
I'm a bad wife, though. I leave Alan. I go to bed.
She did too. She's like, well, I'm going to bed.
Night.
Well, I would love for all of us. I know you're Italian and I'm Southern. So like cooking is our love language. There's David.
Definitely mine.
This is David
Hi,
Childers.
Laura.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, baby, how are you? I'm talking to your, the beautiful one. Not you, David.
How are you?
How are you, big man?
Been
I've
doing good.
missed
How y'all doing?
so much. I have.
Welcome to the show, David.
Oh, thank you. I wasn't expecting that.
Well, I didn't either, but I figured at least I'd pop you up so we could say hello, and then I'll put you back in the green room, or you can stay on. Your call.
Hang on. Yeah, come hang out. What we're talking about is the origin story. How did we get into the paranormal? How did we become ghosties? And yours is a big story, David. Yours is crazy because I heard it at MassCon. So
Yeah.
if you feel like telling it again, everybody buckle up because it's pretty intense.
Well, I mean, I don't want to sit here and infringe on, her stuff going
Hey,
on.
we're gonna make a round robin of it. Trust me.
It's a 2-hour show, David. We're good,
Me
buddy.
show
Oh,
a
shit.
suit show.
Yeah.
And by the way, after Gnome in my home left, I had Dave in the cave.
Cave in the cave.
Yeah,
Still did. She locked me down in the basement, man.
that's where she put me,
She
dude.
she was so scared to even introduce me to their children and all that stuff.
Same.
She put me down there. She had me handcuffed to the futon that was very
Same.
uncomfortable.
Yep.
Every now and then she would come down there and bring me a bologna sandwich, and she knows I hate bologna sandwich, and she put mayo on it. It was horrible, and it was cold. But yeah, I mean, it really was very unlivable, conditions.
We're going to create
Untrue.
spirits one way or
Untrue.
another.
I've been in worse.
Now, Matt, you
Hey,
saw
guys.
David's story. We were watching something on haunted hospitals,
Yeah.
and we were watching it. I didn't know who you were, and I saw that, and I mean, it touched me. I'm like, oh my God, this guy went through all this stuff, and I was like, Matt, you got to see this, and I back it up, and I was like, he looks like such a nice guy, and he went through so much. And
Yeah, it took like 2 hours to get through the show because she kept backing it up. Oh, did you see that? Did you hear that?
and he kept
Pretty much
walking out of
all
the
the-
room.
Yeah.
So I found you on Facebook, and then I was like, oh. And
Yeah,
that's my story of stalking you.
Yeah, it was a crazy experience. I mean, Kuhn Hospital was a crazy location, and we went down there actually this past weekend. We went down to Mississippi and drove by some old places. I showed her some of the haunted places
Crazy
down
place.
there. I've investigated multiple times over the years, and we just happened to pass by Kuhn Hospital where it once stood, and they turned it into a Kuhn Memorial Civil Rights Park. So that's a lot better than what they were going to turn it into low income housing. Thank God they didn't.
Oh my God.
Oh, man.
So they turned it into a park.
Transfer.
Thank God they didn't turn
It's
it.
like a nice park.
Yeah, it's a nice park. Yeah, it's a nice park. And I told whenever the mayor mentioned it and brought it up, I told him, I was like, yeah, good luck with that. I can tell you one thing right now. I ain't going to come out there and try to help. Well, not help, but to try to investigate that location. I can tell you right now, it's pre-Civil War. There's so much trauma out there. You're going to have a lot of people that's going to be going through hell. And they turned it into park. I told him to make it like a basketball, court and stuff. But they turned it into Memorial Park, which that was real cool.
That's nice.
Yeah,
That's
that's
nice.
And you said you wanted to know about my story about how I got into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll make it real quick. I want Miss Larissa to talk. This is Larissa time.
I
Even
don't know
though-
your story, so I want to hear it. Never
Even though
told
she locked me in the basement, for like a week.
Jason said, did she bring you lotion for the skin?
No, Alan did. Alan brought me
Oh.
lotion for the skin. And he actually helped me rub it in
Oh,
He's good like that.
there's a
He's very
story
good like
there.
that.
Guys, if you ever have David at your house, let me tell you, he is a torturer with a TV remote. Okay. Just don't have him at your house and let him have the TV remote. Ever.
Look, I had a game plan. All right, me and Alan wanted to watch wrestling, okay? I had a game plan. The first time I was down there, I think it was the first. No, it was the day before you came down, and I looked at Alan and I was like, I'm gonna tell Larissa that Alora wants to call her and chat, and we'll be able to watch wrestling. So I did that
for like an hour while they watch wrestling.
So it worked. The plan worked. And I was like, okay, I had nothing to do with it, but good job, David. Because Larissa hates wrestling, hates it with a passion. Just like, oh my God, she tortured me by watching, what was that?
I'm gonna do Bad Girls Club.
Yeah.
Oh, bro.
I've never heard of that.
I really felt like half a man after I got through watching an hour of it.
100. I get it. At least me and Alan, we watched what we do in the dark.
Funniest memory.
Let me tell you that the paranormal field, when you find people that click the way that Brandon, Dave, Alora, and me, like we click where we hang out in each other's houses, where if we were in the paranormal, we would still hang out.
Mm-hmm.
It's like brothers. They're like brothers and a sister.
Yeah. It was so great that I'm so happy that Sam invited me to come up there, because it was so hard to leave.
Yeah. And it was good to finally meet you.
You should come up here and hang out with all of us. Yeah. You should come to one of the events up here. Brandon, you should drag her up here and Matt up here to something.
Well, Wilson Castle, that's in Vermont.
No, I mean in this area. Like I make Dave come down here. I make him come down here. He don't want to, but I make him. So you have to get her here.
Smoking.
Him smoking.
Oh,
he's smoking in.
Actually, no, I lit sage because Dave came on. I didn't know.
Alora helps me with my plan and gets him here.
Yeah. Hot tubs.
Oh Lord! Oh my God! The hot tub.
Yeah.
I think we were bloated.
I know. I came. We were sitting here watching wrestling. I know. They came in from the hot tub. They stepped out, and Alora looked at me just blank. I was like, "Oh my God, you've been drinking." I'm sitting here thinking you've been drinking way too much. And the next thing you know, Larissa comes in. And she's standing there, and she just falls over and leans up against the wall. I'm like, yeah, y'all need to get out of the hot tub.
It was fun, though. What was it, like 4 hours?
They almost got abducted by the whirlpool that they created.
Luciana, you have to come up here and hang out in the hot tub.
I love it. We'd have a blast.
Yeah.
I would love that.
Yeah, it's fun. It's definitely fun. Just don't let them lock you in the basement.
That's the only place I'm ever allowed to stay. Like when I go see KD and Katie Stafford, I'm in the basement.
Well, you're lucky.
I'm in the basement.
You know, Brandon, we're lucky we're in the basement because I'm surprised they haven't put us out in the garage.
I can't.
You know, it's happened before. They're like, man, I ain't got nowhere to stay, but can you just sleep in the garage? I'm like, sure, why not? You know. So don't count your chickens there, David.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it starts to warm up. That's probably where we'll have to be staying.
Yeah. If the two of us end up at Larissa's house at the same time.
No. There can't be a gnome in my home with a Dave in the cave. I can't do it.
There can't until there is.
Well, you might have a Matt in the flat. So
That's awesome.
Oh my gosh.
Let's see. We're going back to how I got started, and go ahead and get that knocked out. Basically, whenever I was like 13 years old, lived in Civil War property.
Oh wow.
You know, Vicksburg, Mississippi. My family, it's their homestead. It's multiple places out there. Homes, it's 3 homes out there. And you've been there, you know, it was like before, right after the Civil War. It's like in the 20s, 30s, something like that, I believe. But don't quote me on that. But Whenever I was 13, I was inside, little 2-bedroom, single wide trailer. My dad lived on the property. My grandmother lived right up the hill. And I just got through watching Crocodile Dundee. So me, I was like, yeah, I'm going to be Crocodile Dundee. Imagination, all that, man. I went to my grandfather's the wood shop shed. And then I made me a Bowie knife out of wood, this and that. And I had me some Daisy Dukes on. I don't know why I had those on, but I did. I had snake skin boots on, and I'm like, yeah, I'm Crocodile Dundee, I'm out there playing like it reenacted, the movie. And it was dusk, and I just happened to look toward the wood line, and I saw a full body apparition of a Civil War soldier, full beard, everything. It was a Confederate soldier because I saw the uniform. And I got freaked out. Tits, stop licking the skull. Stop. Sorry, that's my cat.
Tits.
All right.
Yeah. Oh, that's the cat.
Oh, how beautiful.
I
What's
have
the
a
cat's
skull.
name?
Tits.
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 Okay. That's
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
No.
She likes to
Fair
lick the skull.
That's
Yeah.
interesting when you go outside and you call him.
Thank God she's not an outside cat.
But I used to have a dog named Stains. And so whenever I
God.
have to go out in the yard and call for Stains to come.
No, my God, I'm not going to go into what my uncle and my dad, they had a cat called, but yeah, it was insane. I'm glad I wasn't around then. But I was sitting there and I ran inside and I told my dad. My dad was like, "It's just your imagination, blah blah blah." This and I was like, "Oh hell no, it's not. I know what I saw. That whole freaking property was 100% haunted." It's so funny that my dad didn't believe me then. And then like whenever I was, I think 20, 21, 23 or something like that, I went to an investigation at Parkview Hospital and I got him to come along and he saw his first shadow person and he just went in from there. He was like, "Holy crap, David." He believed it then and he started doing events with me and doing investigations and he's a true believer, to this day because he had his first experience. So, that was pretty cool.
That's crazy.
Awesome. That is awesome.
We've had some Civil War spirit interaction. And I named my first Paracon. This was over 11 years ago now. It was Dixie Ghostland because it was right in the middle of Civil War battlefield. So it was actually in a Civil War hospital.
Actually, we saw legs in the hallway.
Nice.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, that's a different one too.
Well, your dad's house.
Yeah.
That you brought.
Yeah, my dad's house.
Yeah.
But that's my fault. Sorry.
So, Larissa, you've got the you're talking about the Haunted Mafia, and then Third Eye, and how you brought the two groups together. Oh, what's this?
I was gonna show you a Civil War soldier picture that I caught on an investigation.
Whoa.
That's what I'm trying to bring up. It is an absolute amazing find, and if you guys, when I tell you this was caught with a cell phone, it's unbelievable. I'm gonna send it over to Brandon and see, or maybe I can share it. Can I share it?
You should be able to.
Okay, let's see if I can do that. Let me see if I can do that.
David, are you a veteran?
No.
Ever military?
All right.
My grandfather and my great grandfather were World War II.
World War II?
Nice. That's the greatest generation, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can you see this?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, go ahead, Brandon. Can you scroll? Can you like? Do I have to?
You're controlling it. I can just put it up there.
Can you
There
see
you go.
that?
Yep.
That's the mirror. That's my head sitting on a couch. See my head where the I don't know if
Why'd you take your head off?
It's ridiculous what you
if
do.
I zoom in. Do you see this over here in the corner?
Oh my God.
Can I tell you the story of that soldier?
Please.
You know why I'm turned? My head is turned on the couch?
Yeah.
Because that man was the only Union soldier killed that died on that property. That's a Confederate hospital. I connected with him right away, and I heard his footsteps. That's why I have my head turned. I heard his footsteps coming into the room. I told Alan he was coming. He came in, he took his hat and he put it to his chest in like, and he's very solemn. And it was almost like out of respect to me, holding
That's
his head.
nice.
Yep.
It's
And
sort
he
of
was
like a curtsy type something, huh?
and he was communicating with me. Yep.
Oh, girl.
Yeah. So if you look at him, his name, I believe his name was Colonel Williams, something like that. Can't remember. Civil War Exchange in Virginia. Amazing location.
I've heard that
That's
place.
awesome.
Amazing.
Caught with a cell phone, just so you guys know.
That's crazy.
Yep. But I wanted to just show that to you because you talked about Civil War.
You know, the cool thing is doing the, you know, the mirror photography.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a lot of people don't even know about it. They just want to go in there and take photos, blah, 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 blah. You know, take one after another. You know, of course, cell phones, you got to be careful because the shutter speed sucks on them. But you never know whenever you're going to catch something. Take them 3 times back to back. And also with the mirror photography, you got to do the same thing. You never know what you're going to catch. You know, she caught that right there. I had somebody, one of my old members of one of our teams back in the day. We were at Susie B. Law House in Greenville, Mississippi. And her and the other co-founder were upstairs. They took a photo in the mirror. They took 3 back to back, got downstairs, came downstairs running and found me. I was downstairs and was like, oh my God, David, you got to see this, and showed the photo to me. And in the mirror, it was me, side profile with my hat on, my hat on turned backwards. But the thing is, with it, there was a deformity. The eye was missing right here. So that right there would be signs of could be demon. Could be. Yep. I'm not saying it was, but it could be. I was downstairs. They were upstairs. So, you know, like, you know, Larissa taking those photos like that, and, you know, the team, yeah, definitely do the, you know, mirror photography 100%, because you never know what you're going to catch.
I actually caught one time. Oh, sorry, Larissa. Go ahead.
I was just going to say they weren't aiming at the mirror, though. They were actually aiming at the doorway, and he had already walked into the room and happened to be standing in front. So it was an accident, but, you know, good to know. I never even thought to do that, Dave.
Right.
Yeah, that's cool. That's real cool. You never know what you're going to catch whenever you're taking random photos. But, you know, make sure you take them 3 times back to back, and because then you're able to debunk it. You know, if you catch the same thing, oh yeah, that's a person. But that right there is cool. I'm glad you brought that up. I love, you know, taking, you know, mirror photography. Love it.
I actually caught it's going to sound weird, but I'll show you guys the pictures when we get together. But I caught a Native American burial procession with 5 people in the mirror. And this was taken at McIntyre Villa in Atchison, Kansas.
Yep.
Oh, so David, you're going to be at Wilson Castle, right?
Which time?
The one in October, the second.
Oh yeah, CastleCon, yeah. Ugly mugs on the flyer.
Yeah, unfortunately mine is too, but I'll show y'all that picture. I'll print it out and show it.
Yeah, I want to see that. That's pretty cool. You know,
it's crazy.
Down south we have a lot of Native American stuff. I mean, it's all over the United States. But down there, man, I'll stay away from it, because I went to, there's a couple of places I've been to down there that had burial mounds and this and that, and I just, I'm not going to.
Yep, that's a smart move.
Yep. It scares the hell out of me, just like UFOs, you know.
Right.
I definitely don't want to mess with the Native Americans.
Yeah, you definitely have to bring the respect and leave with the respect.
Yes. Yep, give them peace offerings and all that.
I have a crazy story about Native Americans and messing with them that I think is a good testament to what you guys are talking about. Alan's parents' property, very old property, goes back to his grandparents. Long story short, I never liked the back of the property ever. I never liked it. And I always felt that there were Native Americans back there, and I always felt unwelcome. When we first started investigating, he kept trying to drag me back there. All we had was an EVP and a handheld camcorder and a K2.
That's the best.
Oh, wait.
That's the best stuff.
He drags me back to the back of the wood line, and I could feel it. You know, when you just feel that you shouldn't be somewhere?
Yeah.
so unwelcoming. And I could see them in the wood line watching. Okay. Yep. And I said to Alan, I said, they're watching because I said, but it's not a friendly watch. I said, I feel like I'm going to be attacked. And he was like, oh, stop. Oh, in the beginning, it was, oh, stop. No big deal. Well, he pushed it. We were standing there. All of a sudden, this animal, like, it was a man, but he looked like he lunged at me from the wood line, and his face morphed. He had a big headdress on, but it had an animal, and his demeanor changed, and he lunged at me, and he changed into an animal of some kind.
Yeah, you gotta watch out for the medicine men.
So scared.
Yep, common.
I went running, but wait, here's the best part. I go running. You can hear me on the EVP. Like my voice is shaking. I'm about to cry. And I'm like, I fucking told you, I don't want to do things like this. Don't make me do it. And you can hear it, guys, on the EVP. It sounds like several of them in unison. They go, we are watching you. It's like several voices of them.
Hell with that, dude.
I have never, that was 3 years ago. I have not been to the back of that wood line since.
I do not blame you. Mm-hmm.
God, I would love to go there, though.
Yeah, you'd have to.
You guys would be welcome. I was not welcome.
You would have to make a peace offering to enter in. It's,
yeah.
So the traditions, the native traditions, are still there, right? So they haven't changed. So the same traditions you would make when you enter someone's house or come to someone's tribe is still there. You still have to make those things, and it's even more.
Heaven forbid, don't piss them off.
It's even more so. We had a place that was really tragic because a rail system had come through back when they were doing the narrow gauge train rails. This would have been in the 1850s, and they were building this narrow gauge train to come through, and they needed filler as they were building a railroad ballast to cross a creek, and before they built the bridge. And they just dug into the side of this hill and filled it up. Well, it was a creek burial ground, and it was a mound. So they dug half the mound out to build the railroad ballast for this train. Well, there was several train wrecks over the years in this area. And then they dammed up the creek and made a pond. And then when this thing would go down, when they would do wet maintenance on it, people would go out in this old railroad ballast, old railroad track, and they would find all these artifacts. And then they were taking these artifacts and going home with them and finding all kind of problems because these spirits were not happy at all.
Right. Yeah.
Extremely pissed off. And so we were able to go out, and we took some ground penetrating radar, and we were able to go out and identify what was still there, and then the Park Service was able to come out and to protect the grounds and protect the
that was horrible. If you want to see some of the ground penetrating radar stuff, go to my YouTube channel. It's some older. It's been a while, but you can see where we're pulling it through, and you can see exactly. I'll say that's one. That's when you can almost. I'm sure, Larissa, you're going to feel it when you look at it because it was pretty intense. Some fool actually had a skull that they had poked around with, had it in the back of his window of his car, and was riding around with it and wondered why, he was having problems. And I was like, dude, I am not helping you. You brought this on yourself. And
what's his name, JC?
No, it wasn't that one, but
yeah, I said it.
We saw that.
I said it.
Yeah.
Wow.
But so that's I think that a lot of people do things to poke the bear because they don't believe that there's really something there. They don't know what they're doing. I have I like rushes too. I like,
they don't think there's. I'm sorry. They don't think there's going to be any kind of repercussions from doing anything like that because they don't believe. But whenever shit happens, then they want to sit here and reach out, and they can't understand why. It's like you're being reckless. I mean, you have to respect spirit just like you have to respect, the living, and that's how it is.
That's exactly right.
You want to poke the bear, you're going to have to be prepared for the repercussions.
So over the course of the 30 plus years that we've been doing it. God, even more than that.
You're gonna tell
I'm
our
not-
age.
no, I'm
Watch
not,
it.
I'm not. Let me back that up. So I would be willing to say that almost there's a few times where it's generational passed ons, but almost every time there is a negative or demonic style or even demonic haunting or uh,
Attachments or affiliations.
it's always what the living person did.
Yeah, they brought
to
it on
create. They brought
themselves.
they created, they brought it on themselves.
We did nothing but
Most of the
extreme
time.
cases
Most of
for
the time.
several years, and we
Yeah.
did I don't know how many exorcisms with a group of people, one being a Catholic priest, and then several others that were pastors that were trained in demonology.
So you have to do that in waves. You can't do that for your entire career. You have to take
I had some
moments of that
questions.
because
I wanted to see what was going on.
You can't. It weighs on you, and it takes a lot out of you, and you see things that you really don't.
Well,
want to
I had a
you
real
can't
hard
unsee,
time. I did.
So you want to make sure that you get a balance. That if you're going to be involved in that, do it for a little while and then back out of it, and just go and do some residential stuff, do some fun stuff, but you got to balance it out.
And the thing is, the pastors, were they affected? Do they have attachments? Or okay, see, and see, that's the thing I tell everybody. You never know who you're going to, what spirit you're going to deal with. You never know what religion what they are. You never know who their higher power is. That's exactly why I like reaching out to other, religions, and maybe they can help take care of the situation, like voodoo, hoodoo, shaman.
Right. See, I'm getting my PhD in philosophy. I've got one more test and then a dissertation, and Dr. Lloyd Arabeck is going to speak for me. So hopefully I'll get it done. But one of the things that I have to study is different types of religions. And investigating with Mo Sarji, being that he's Muslim, that was a great opportunity for me. And right in the middle of that, I was studying the lost books of the Bible, like the book of Enoch and the book of, there's several that's in Enoch and even in the book of Mary that would blow your mind. But what I think a lot of people don't understand is that a person's religion affects their spirituality in the afterlife. So what is heaven for me would be different than someone from another background. So we need to know, all of us really need to know how to investigate in different, like what you were saying, David, how to investigate and how to protect in different cultures. And that's one of the things I loved about working with, Marika being Catholic, she's from Mexico. She had all these verses that she would do. And then, I was actually learning to speak Arabic with Mo.
Oh, nice.
He had some prayers that were so lovely, so beautiful. And it was connected very closely with the Old Testament. So it was beautiful, and we have to start learning to embrace.
Yeah. And also the old ways too.
Yeah. I really have a problem with people that want to talk about other people and cause strife and strow around negative attitudes towards each other or judgment of each other. That is not something I can tolerate. Mostly because I just don't care. Somebody's got a bad attitude. Okay, you got a bad attitude. Have it over there. Let me know when you get over yourself, and we'll be friends again. I just, and that's something that I haven't seen with the group of people we're talking about right now.
Yeah.
And what a blessing. What a blessing. My voice is giving out. Sorry, guys. I hope you can still hear me.
Oh, yeah. Nah, we hear you.
Hear you. Yeah.
My grandmother investigated up until the very end. She was actually crossing over spirits when she was in the hospital dying. I've got videos of her. She had a man come to her and she was crossing them over, and she said, "Go on over. I'll be over there in a little while." And she could see her deceased brothers. There's 3 of them that came and got her to take her to heaven. And when you live a life of spiritual that's touched by supernatural, you're going to have it the rest of your life.
Yeah.
And once the spirits can see you, Larissa, she had so many things on her plate that she didn't get to really embrace it. And then finally, when everything during, the lockdown, everything kind of slowed down. And then finally she was like, okay, look, I can feel this. I can see this. I can do this. And the truth is, that's one of the reasons why she was probably in service. Same with him. Same with Brandon, because they had that second sense. And they were using their talents to help others. That's one of the reasons why, I really respect what you guys do. And thank you for your service,
Thank you.
You're welcome, baby.
No,
But I will tell you, we got some. I know, I like it. We have 3 little ghost hunts coming up, and there haven't been very little. You know how we say you don't want to have too many people at an event?
Yeah.
You know how we say that? Larissa was just saying that. I expected 35, and we had 74.
Yeah, we did.
Wow.
Yeah,
Praise God for Brandon and his wife, because everybody that knew how to ghost hunt and had equipment, we were taking them going from zone 1, the next person to zone 2, the next person to zone 3, and we're all helping each other.
It's a great thing we were in a big enough environment where we could do that too. That was
that helped.
But we had to wait for the
Super
traffic
active.
to clear,
Yeah, the place is super active.
If you guys go on my YouTube channel, you'll see Ghost Hunter Gone Wild, and it overnight leaped up to 2,500 views just overnight. It was Mr. Cooper here, and he was, being his.
They got me on the DVR systems. I was a little lost.
You got to see it; it's hilarious.
You want me to bring it up? I'll bring it up.
Yeah, bring it up. So, what we're doing this year, because Matt and I teach, I'm using the classes to pay for my PhD, and we're also doing some studying. We're looking at how to change residential hauntings, because there's ways, energy wise. Let me see if I can get this conjugated right. With energy, you can break a loop of energy. Okay. And I do believe that even residential cases can be even connected to the plates in the earth. So what we're trying to do is break the energy in a residual haunting. We had a case where there was a young lady that was attacked by her uncle, and she inherited the house, and she kept seeing a girl running down the hallway screaming and slamming the door, and it was herself.
I was about to say that. I bet it was her, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yep. And so we had to find a way to break that residual haunting that was repeated. Yeah, he caught her at the front door and did dastardly things. Oh, so we were looking at ways to do it. I ended up using I used 5-penny nails and railroad ties and crystals, and worked it that way, and just put out a grid, and it seemed to work, especially after I set her down and said we were going to call him, and he showed up, and she cussed him out, and he apologized, and I think that may have helped too.
Caught him in spirit, not in life.
Oh no, he was dead. He's been dead a long time. Spirit. But anyway, so that's the kind of thing we're hoping to continue to learn more about.
And see, that's why a lot of investigators are stuck on just residual, just intelligent. No, there is actually residual intelligent.
Yeah,
both together. That right there is also a residual intelligent. I mean, it's not that's a certain type of it, because you got the residual, it's a broken record, keeps on playing over and over, but you also got the intelligent. He's manifesting that.
Yes. Yeah. There was a spirit at Los Furnace, Italian guy, Larissa, and he was talking about his family, and I could hear him speaking Italian, and I'm like, oh shit, now what am I going to do? Well, luckily my son could hear him too. He was about 12.
Yeah.
And Elijah could hear him. He could just hear him outright. He could see him and everything. And he said, you look like my son. And he started speaking English. And it was a residual haunting. Everybody called it residual. He came out of that loop.
He interrupted.
Yep.
and Elijah was using his, he had a Reiki attunement when he was before he was born. So Lee got her master attunement while she was still pregnant with Elijah.
I kept going into
Elijah,
labor.
Elijah ended up with master Reiki attunement
before he was born.
So he had zero memory loss from his past lives. So he
Wow.
carried everything with him, stayed with him. So
I mean, he was trying to play ball, and the little kids that got hurt playing football, he was on the sidelines doing healings on them. I was like, son, you don't have to do that. And he would come to me and say, Mommy, I feel sorry for these other kids. Their mommy can't help them. They just wipe tears. You can actually help me.
Mhm.
You know, when he was a toddler, this is a whole nother story now.
Yeah.
But he used to come to me.
We can go down that road for a long time.
Yeah. There it is. So he would tell me really cool stuff. But the whole point of it is that he was actually able to pull a spirit out of the cycle of the residual haunting and interacted with us and told us how he was there, why he was there, and the losses he had. And then he went back into sort of like Captain Jack Sparrow.
Have you ever watched the movie High Spirits? The old movie.
That's it.
Same thing.
Exact same thing.
Back in the 80s, they knew this.
Yeah, they knew it.
Yeah.
And know that Aykroyd's parents, Dan Aykroyd's parents, helped start the Rhine Center with Duke University.
Oh, nice.
So the whole thing, he wrote and it was all connected. All right, let's look.
Oh, Lord. All right, this is me getting lost.
There's the door.
Okay.
He's like, where's everybody at? Where is room 26? He's like, okay. Maybe, here he comes. There he is. Maybe it's in here.
Hey, look at the straight face, man. Straight face. That's me cracking up. I sound like a cackling witch.
So the great thing is, I imagine he was hoping there was somebody at the base station saying, "Okay, let me call Brandon and let him know."
I didn't know where room 26 was. Barely knew where my room was.
I know it. Oh, okay. So we got somebody talking about residual. The residual loop is sometimes a trauma, and they need to be brought out of it with a reminder of who they really are. Thank you, Tom.
Right? Exactly. Yeah. It's definitely they don't even realize that they pass sometimes. I mean, it's just they want to go ahead and try to end their story, but they can't help it. They just keep on going. It's a broken record.
Yeah.
So,
but
go ahead.
That's one of the things we cover in our parapsychology class. Is you are able to give healing to spirits in the past, in their new life, in their new existence.
Yeah, all stages of life, including death.
So there is no time where you can't work on healing, work on mending those wounds that you received or that may have been passed on.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why being a death doula is such a large industry.
I couldn't do it.
But what were you going to say, Larissa?
Yeah.
Like a couple of years ago, my cousin, she was 33. She went to sleep on All Hallows Eve and she died.
Oh, crap.
Oh.
Is that the one you were telling me about that we were talking? Okay. All right. Yeah.
Her son and my son, their birthdays were only 3 weeks apart. We were pregnant at the same time. I went to her funeral. And when I got there, she was standing there by her casket. And I was like, oh God, I really hope she is not going to come home with me. Well, I went to bed and I woke up in the middle of the night, just out of my sleep, and she was sitting on the edge of my bed. And I sat up and I was like, oh God, what are you doing here? And she began to tell me all about her day. And she started from the morning to the evening. She was getting ready for Jace to go to school for his costume contest, and he's going trick-or-treating at night. And she's got to make sure. And she was just repeating herself over and over and over again. She had no idea she was dead. And I was sitting there like, first of all, traumatized because it's my cousin. And second of all, trying to figure out how I'm going to tell her she's gone and that she's got to go.
Right.
But yeah, pulling like you're saying, like pulling her out of that was very, very difficult. And I had to actually sit there probably for about 30 minutes, which I don't think is a very long time. Like what these ghosts probably stay this way, spirits stay this way for a very long time. I don't know why it only took that long with her, but I actually could feel the moment when she snapped into realizing she was gone. And
Oh my God.
and she actually said to me, "Will you make sure he's okay?" And then she was gone. Boom, out of my room.
Bless her heart.
It was so ridiculous. It was horrible. It was absolutely
Yeah, that's hard. Yeah, very heartbreaking. You know, the thing is, whenever she realized it, she probably saw the light. Then she was called.
Yeah.
She was.
Yeah,
I
that's
literally felt her like the room lightened. Bless you, like lightened, and the energy lifted. I felt her leave.
Okay.
I will tell you something that I think I've been running this around in my head, but I do think that spirits can cross over and come back.
Yeah,
They
Come
can.
back with limitation, of course.
yeah. I mean, that's spirit guides too, as well. I mean,
Oh yeah,
that's,
oh, yeah.
yep. I agree, 100%.
100%.
Okay, good. I mean, I was worried about saying it, but I mean, I have seen, like, take for instance, there were two little babies that were, the mother left them in the car and they drowned. Okay, she pushed them in the water.
She's up for parole, by the way.
That's
No. This is a different person.
Oh,
Yeah, we've had it happen in this state more than once. Can you believe that?
yeah.
no, I can't.
God, don't even get me started on that. I mean, for God's sakes, just give the kids to me. If you're gonna
Right.
mess my babies up, mess babies up, just give them to somebody that'll love them.
Yeah.
God,
There's people all over the world that are looking for kids that want kids and can't have them. Like, what is wrong? I don't know. I don't want to talk about that.
yeah, I know, but it really, see, I'm already stuck. It gets me upset.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's a thing here in the South Carolina.
Well, I mean, it is bad. You know, I've looked in cases stuff like that. I mean, a lot of it's postpartum depression, just mental issues afterwards. You know, I had a friend. Well, yeah, he's my friend now, but you know, back in the 80s, you know, the mother ended up throwing the baby, the 2-year old, off the Mississippi River Bridge.
You were just telling me about
Yeah, I was told you about that, and it's horrible. And I don't know. Never mind. I'm not going to get into that.
I love my children so much, and I love other children so much. I genuinely do. Even strangers' babies, I just love children. I just can't fathom that. I can't.
No.
We have
That's why she loves me.
We have a family that's in our class, and they're foster parents, and we always give them a baby shower every time a new child comes into their home, and we have so much fun loving on those babies. But yeah, Matthew actually knew. He had worked with the guy that was a police officer. Good God, y'all could have told me I looked a hot mess.
Lee,
But,
a hot mess.
I look a hot mess. Too late now. But Matt knew the guy from working with him before. And so they were talking, and, you know, Matt was hanging out with him. And, you know, I went one way, he went the other. And he called me and said, Lee, I'm bringing 2 spirits home with me. I said, okay, what's up? You never do that. He said, they're children. I went to work with this guy. He's a police officer. And the mother actually went to jail there. And the children followed her because they didn't know what to do. And they were still in the jail crying, wanting their mom. So he brought them here, and they were really, really hyper. And we would lay down at night and we'd feel the bed, you know, bouncing. And it was pretty dramatic sometimes. And I'd just have to calm them down, you know, and finally I was able to just, once they got used to me and they trusted me, then I could get them to work, you know, communicate with me, interact to where they finally cross over. Well, I was working on my computer in the bed, and I felt the bed moving again. And I was like, God, I hadn't felt this since. And I said, are you here? And I heard him just clear, you know, and I reached over, got my flashlight and turned it on and was talking to him. And he said, I'm good. I just want to tell you I love you. And he hugged me. I could feel his little arms around my neck, and then he was gone. One was like 18 months and the other was 3.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you that I know that they can come back, because my grandmother, when she left, when she died, She waited 8 years. My grandfather was here for 8 years waiting for my grandmother. He did not leave until my grandmother was going to go. And my grandmother did die unexpectedly. She actually went to the hospital for a leg, like her leg was hurting, like just randomly. And she got COVID and died. It was literally at the height of everything. And it was in New Jersey.
That's awful. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, it was absolute insanity. But right before that happened, that was April 6th. And right before that happened, my grandmother had a conversation with me. And I'll never forget, it was February 24th. So just 6 weeks before. She sat on her couch and she was crying to me. And she said, Larissa, I miss your grandfather. All of my people are gone. I want to go. And I was like, well, Grandma, you know, all your people aren't gone. We're all here, you know? And she was like, you'll never understand what I mean. My people are gone. I want to go.
Your generation, yeah.
Right. So she said, the only thing that keeps me here is your mother, because my mother lived with her at the time. And she said, and I want to make sure your mom's going to be okay, because my mom has problems. And I was like, Grandma, my mom will be fine. And I said to my mother when I left that day, I said, this is the last time I'm going to see my grandmother. And I didn't know she was going to get COVID and died. And she died. I tell you that because right before she died, I did not know she was going to get COVID and die. In the middle of the night, we had an electrical storm. And I woke up for no reason, walked out into my living room, and Alora and Dave and Brandon, I don't know if you remember, but I have windows like towards my backyard and windows towards like the front.
We really don't remember because you locked us in the basement.
Right. We didn't come up for air.
That's right.
I remember.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. He got special treatment.
Right.
He got
special treatment.
Me and Brendan was stuck in the freaking basement handcuffed.
Well, Alora's house.
Together.
So no, but they're like the electrical storm was like blinking like outside the windows, and in the light, I saw these people I didn't know. Clearly, they were spirits, and they were dressed like flappers, and I was like, okay, that's weird. And I described this to my mother, who they were, and I could see them in detail. And my mom was like, I think that's my aunt so-and-so. And they were my grandmother's family and my grandfather's family. I'm like, okay, that's weird. And she died 3 days later. She did not say goodbye. She didn't come to me, nothing. She was gone. Well, a big fight over her estate ensued. And everybody got, you know how people get.
Yeah.
I wanted her Bible. Like, I wanted things that really were, people were over money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My grandmother came to me after being gone for some odd months, and she yelled at me. One day she was there, like I was in my room and I was pissed off about everybody fighting. And I was like, they're not getting this, they're not getting that. Cause my mom was the executor and I was like on a rampage, like screw them. And they're so selfish and nobody visited her. And I was on a rampage and I turned around and there she was. And she said, you need to knock it off. Cut this shit right now. And I was like, whoa, where'd you come from? You showed up out of nowhere. So yes, they come back.
That's crazy. I'm glad you had that experience with her.
Yeah.
Like, cut the crap, girl.
Yeah, that is good.
It's easy to get pulled up in family turmoil like that.
Yeah. Well, I cut it. I cut the crap.
That's when you say, yes, ma'am.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I did.
I don't want a spirit spanking from my grandma. I bet you those are a whole lot worse than getting whooped by a hickory.
She was a little Italian lady. No, you don't want that.
Go cut me a switch.
Right, yeah.
Wasn't that brought up at Hell House at the gallery reading, Larissa?
Yes, it was. Connie brought it up. Yes, my little Italian grandmother.
I thought so. Yeah. You know, yeah, I remember that. Okay. All right. That makes sense now. Yeah.
Well, Matthew and I, we have, thank God Brandon's helping, but we've got 3 little ghost hunts. They're not really paracons or anything. They're just ghost hunts. We're doing one that's in, let's see, it's May the 11th, and it's in Aiken, South Carolina, where the Battle of Aiken took place. Yeah, the name of the place is the Carriage House Inn. And excuse me, my voice is going away. The Carriage House Inn used to be a Civil War hospital. And then after that, it was a leprosy colony. Mm-hmm. And then it became a carriage house. And we've investigated it several times. It's big time haunted.
Yes.
And another thing that we're working on as a team is we've been catching spirit animals. And I don't mean like you have a spirit animal with you and it means this or that. No, I'm saying we have a full body apparition of a cat, of a dog,
Of a horse.
of a horse, a
Yes.
whinnying horse. We have an EVP
In your
it's
face while you're sleeping.
blowing
Yes.
your hair back, and that's what happened at the carriage house.
Mhm.
And the horse woke Matt up and he was like, Lee, listen. And I listened and I was like, oh my God, I could feel his breath on my cheek. I just turn around and you kiss it, It was so cute. And
It wasn't cute when it woke me up first. I was like, what in the earth is going on?
It's only cute when I wake you up.
The only
Yeah, whenever
one.
whenever Brandon breathes in your face
Yeah.
like that, and his beard tickles your face,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's right.
Just remember, if you wake up, Brand, if you ever wake up a sleeping Marine, tickle him on the foot first. So
We had to have that discussion. That was part of the Alabama trip too.
yeah, part of that
Oh.
Alabama trip. But yeah, so I was laying there asleep, and all of a sudden, this very angry horse, with that angry whinny, not that,
I got
happy
the
whinny. It was it was mad. I think where the bed was might have been where it's like food was normally be, and there I am. It was not happy with me. And then of course she wakes up and it's all happy, and I'm like, there we go. I get the rough end, you get the sweet end.
But we're going to be going with Dr. Kent Cubbage, who does an incredible history ghost tour of Aiken, and we're going around downtown and St. Thaddeus Cemetery. And a lot of people that are very big in the Civil War era, they were very significant in that war, are buried there, including the Baum brothers.
There's
They
that
actually
light that goes back and forth.
they invented hand grenades, and they're
So the
throwing-
Baum brothers are throwing hand grenades at each other, and the people that live around this cemetery, they'll sit on their front porch and watch the lights.
And if they see your ghost hunters, they'll come out and tell you, yeah, we see it all the time.
Yep.
And then we're going over to Graniteville to the cemetery there. There's a little boy, bless his heart. He froze to death in one of the cars. And nobody ever claimed his body. Nobody knows where he came from. So the town got together and buried him, and he's called the Lost Boy on the tombstone. And there's an angel there. And the story is that if you place something in the angel's hands, you go back later and it's gone. So I have a luggage tag that you can track. We're going to put it there and see where it goes.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah.
I mean, what if it's just a crow and it's putting it in his little nest,
Yeah.
What if
Are
it's
you
inside
going-
the wall?
Are you
But
going to
it's-
Aiken, you said? Aiken, South
Yeah.
Carolina?
Aiken?
I lived there in Aiken.
Did you really? Oh my God. Did you
Yeah.
like it there? It's a beautiful town.
I did like Aiken very much. There's a really nice diner there you got to eat at. Fried green tomatoes, delicious.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Love that place.
You
You remember Minnie Pearl from Hee Haw?
Mhm.
She got her hat with a price tag hanging off of it from a hat store that's still open in downtown Aiken.
Nice.
And there's a psychic, a very famous psychic. His name is Daniel Brinkley. He was hit by lightning and became psychic when he recovered.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that a lot of times too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And people
I know
have some.
well.
He
Oh,
worked with
speaking of fried green tomatoes,
I love them.
I took this woman down south, and we went and I got some fried green tomatoes. I'm like, yeah, give them a shot. Blah blah blah.
Right.
She took a bite of it and looked at it, and she was like, I thought, why aren't they green? Honey,
Food
That's
is
that's
so
very-
good.
honey, they're going to have a green tint, but they're going to be white because they're fried in oil.
I can't do it.
Ate a lot of odd food.
Do you like
It's not
grits,
odd to us.
Laura?
What was that?
Do you like grits?
I love grits.
She-
I could not get enough of them while I was there.
Yeah, we
In the fried chicken,
Shrimp
Oh,
are
yeah.
good.
I was done. I was like, I want to eat this every freaking meal.
we took her to Walnut Hills
Yeah,
in Vicksburg.
so good.
Yeah.
Great location.
Oh, wait, what were the things
Southern-
that I ate too? The boudin balls,
Boudin.
boudin balls.
Boudin
Boudin.
balls. Yeah.
Oh, they're so good.
Yeah, we took her to Walnut Hills.
I literally want to move there just for the food.
Oh, it's amazing.
I
Calm
gained
down.
like 10 pounds.
I love it.
Food's
Have
Have you
good.
ever
So
had
good.
fried Oreo?
What was it?
Fried Oreo?
Oh my God, yes.
No, we didn't get fried.
No, I had a fried Twinkie though. Not there,
Yeah.
but at
That's
one point. Those
amazing.
are so good. Yeah.
I gained 110 pounds being pregnant with my daughter in Augusta, Georgia. All I know, I was
I
like,
believe
Pac-Man.
it.
Like
Oh,
Pac-Man.
So good.
Yeah, Southern food is so good.
The grits
It
that I
is.
had were so buttery.
They were
and-
homemade grits.
Oh, they were so
Walnut
good.
Hills and Vicksburg.
But a
Yeah.
week later, I realized I never got the sweet tea that I ordered.
Oh,
I was sitting at work one day and I'm like, I messaged him. I'm like, David, I never got my sweet tea.
I
That's
know.
what
I
finishes
had it.
off the dish.
we'll
right
make
there,
some
that
at the
little-
Wilson Castle for you.
Yeah,
We're coming.
make some real sweet tea
Yeah.
because I mean a lot of sweet tea I've tasted up here tastes like licking a tin roof. You know,
Right.
me being a Southerner, I can say that.
Yep.
I mean, you don't measure it out. You pour it, and whenever you figure out that's what you want, it comes from your heart. It comes from your soul. That's whenever you stop.
You know what I
That's
did
it.
get? I did
That's
not
it.
get crawfish.
Well, it was $8 a pound. That's why.
Mm,
What
I was upset.
you ate a crawfish? Oh boy,
boy.
Nah,
But it
nah.
wasn't the same.
Nah.
If you've
Yeah.
had
You need-
if you've had lobster and shrimp, you've had crawfish.
Ugh,
Not that.
Yeah.
all the food, everything was so amazing.
Oh, and then we have this next event.
Yes, please tell
which
it.
is where they were having their wedding anniversary, and I'm like, I got you guys, cabin in the woods.
Guys, He killed
got
it.
y'all. Don't worry about it. It's gonna be on the lake. It's gonna be beautiful, and then I'll let you take it from there. So I get them to the cabin. Oh, and go.
Well, we walk into the cabin, and it's a beautiful cabin. It's new. It's not like a shelter, lean-to or anything. It's beautiful. So we go in, we make the bed. We're outside taking pictures by the lake. Everything's looking good. Then the sun goes down, and the whole place wakes up. That's
Larissa,
when
you know
the
where
show
she's talking
started.
about.
A completely different location after that.
We were, honeymooning. And all of a sudden, I heard the front door unlock and then the interior door unlock, and I'm hearing like footsteps, and I go shooting in there completely naked. And Matt's
I'm coming in there too.
he shows up right behind me with
True
his gun.
Southerner. True
Right.
Southerner right there.
Yep.
Jump up and haul butt.
Uh-huh.
No matter what you got on, you want to take care of the situation.
Right.
Yeah, I was there naked. It didn't matter. I was like, well, you're here. I'm here. Let's do this thing if we're going to do it,
Yep. It
And,
was me, Lee, and Glock, and we were going to fix the problem.
So,
Right.
and then I said, man, I can't see him. I can't see him. And he said, just calm down. You can see him. And I looked and I saw him, and I saw this smirk on his face, like, oh, hell, And then
Yeah.
he turned around to walk out. And I looked at Matt. And I said, he's native. He's indigenous. And he thought that was funny.
Yeah, he thought it was funny. All right. Yeah.
So Matt gets dressed and goes outside. It says for me to stay inside. And I'm like, well, I'm going to stay inside, but I can't tell if he's inside or outside. I could just feel him because this guy he's powerful, and he's not just human. He's also part animal, which made me think about this, Larissa, because you were talking about that. You see, a lot of people don't know that. And I said, this guy feels like he might be a little bit wolf, because I know he smelled like he was smelling like a dog trying to figure me out. Here I am. That was a really uncomfortable thing that happened. But anyway, so Matt comes back in and says, I don't hear anything. I think we just overreacted. So I locked the doors
Oh,
again.
no, you didn't.
And I said, Matt, I'm
There's
locking doors.
nobody else in the whole place. The whole campground.
The whole campground is shut down but us.
All of the rest of the places are empty.
Laying in the
And you're
bed
looking
now.
out at the lake, and you're like, oh, this is great. This is going to be great.
He said, I'm going to pull the
Yeah.
curtain up, the shutters up a little bit so we can see the lake, and I want to see what's going on out there. We're laying in the bed going, I can't believe that just happened. And then the next thing happens. We hear footsteps on the roof of the cabin.
Yes.
Nope.
You fucking
No.
Brandon, is this the place that I was at with Marlena?
Yep.
This is mirroring what happened to me. with
Really?
Marlena.
Are you serious? Oh my
Yes.
God.
Yep.
Yes. And
So-
the only difference is that after all of that happened, me and Marlena were walking outside, and a wolf-like animal man thing did run past me and Marlena
Yep.
and scare the shit out of us.
Nope.
You're welcome.
Nope. Can't deal with skinwalkers, werewolves. Nope. I'm done.
Can we
Nope.
go there?
Yes,
No.
yeah, y'all
You
come
go
on
by
out.
yourself. You're blonde. You'll be killed first.
So
Yeah, you're definitely going to die first. All the cute blondes go first. So
So of course I go into soldier mode. So it's Mr. Matt, Mr. Flashlight, and Mr. Glock go out, and we do a perimeter search, and I'm trying to figure out what the heck this is.
And I'm laying in the bed going, he's on the roof.
I'm out here. I'm out here in the rocks and the sand, and I'm smoothing it out. And I'm like, I'm gonna catch you. If you come in here, I'm gonna find your tracks. I'm gonna catch you. I'm gonna get you. No.
And I can hear this thing laughing on the roof. I can hear it. So.
It probably sounds a lot like the laughter that Mr. Brandon was doing back at his house, knowing what he put us into.
And I didn't tell them the two humongously historical places that they were beside.
Yeah, go ahead, tell them about the history of it.
So the lake, before it was a lake, it was a river, and it was also one of the Cherokee capital cities.
Yeah.
And it was there was also a fort right down into the woods where a Native American massacre happened. Mm-hmm. And there's also, well, no, I can't say this part. I can't say that part, but let's just say there's some stuff buried out there as well. And
we walked out, and I said, Matt, do you see what I see? And there's this huge mound, so fill in the blanks on that.
Right.
So we're going back on the 25th, and we're getting 3 cabins, and we're going to have hot dogs and sit around and wait for the darn sun to go down, and then it's going to be.
And one cool thing that Larissa and I did when she came down is we put one group on one side of the lake and another group on the other with different ITC devices, and we did a cross lake Estes method.
Mm-hmm. That's cool.
Guys, we should all, and I don't know if you could do this, Dave and Alora, but as far as us guys, we should get cabins and do something there.
And this is
I'm game. David's coming.
And this is the beginning of a horror movie. 100% beginning of a horror movie.
Well, I mean, you spent 24 hours in hell. Look, there you are right there. Where are you?
Yeah.
True.
There you are.
Just send me the dates.
We're taking the boat going over to Cemetery Island where they're buried.
Yeah, the island. There's an island. There's 2 islands right there next to each other that the river went between, and they basically separate the Cherokee Nation from the Creek Nation, and the Creek Nation is where they built the British fort. So it's
and that's where the term, and David, I don't know if you knew that. You know the term. I'll get there if the creek don't rise.
Yeah.
You know that's about the Creek Indians, right?
Really?
Yes. Because they would all the Creek and the Cherokee were always at odds, so they were constantly fighting right there. Well, I'll make it if the creek don't rise. Yep. Now you get that's the true meaning.
Damn.
Yep.
So we're going to go over to the Cemetery Island where they're supposed to be buried. We've got our boat. We're going to take everybody over there. It's also called Snake Island. So I'm going to go first to make sure Mr. No Shoulder isn't over there because my dad was a herpetologist. So, I got that part. So
we have boots and bang sticks. So
we're going to goof around in the woods and have fun. And then the last one we're doing June the 8th, and we're going to Dryden, Virginia. We have a farmhouse. This lady contacted me, and her place is haunted. And it says it sleeps 10, and she's got a cottage that sleeps 6. So that means we could probably pack about 20 some odd ghosties in there, right? Because we all bring our air mattress and stuff. And we're going to Gap Cave. That's obviously supposed to be haunted. And we're also going over to a historic theater that we have exclusive access to. So, I mean, these events are like $20, $40, $100. It's just, some of it doesn't include lodging, and you have to be willing to snore amongst the rest of us snoring people because we're just gotta, pile up. It's not meant to make money, but we do buy equipment for our students because, they're trying something new. They don't want to go buy something. They don't know if they like it or not.
Mm-hmm.
But if nothing else, I'm going to show our mission is to show people that there is an eternal soul.
That's right.
And that we don't just end.
Step out of that comfort zone and see what, find out what's on the other side. If you have that question, go ahead and ask it and find out.
And then there's the big event coming up. Now I'm excited about all the Paracons I'll be speaking at this year. I love it, but I'm most excited about Wilson Castle because I mean, y'all look at
That's
this.
the one.
Wait,
There's
you
a-
guys, no, that's not the right one. No,
That is not the right one at all. How about
No,
that?
because yeah.
let me share. Wait. Let me share.
Yeah,
my
you do it.
Thank you. And please tell us what's going on with it. I got my
I
Harry
have-
Potter glasses so I can see.
right. Here we go, guys. Okay, can you all see this?
Yeah.
All right, so let me go down past all my 62 events this year.
Right.
God.
And 60 of them David's at.
Oh wait, let's talk about. You just passed it. Before we talk about Wilson Castle, what's up at Lake Shawnee?
So what
I didn't even know about that one.
here's Lake Shawnee.
That's May 25th.
It's not. That's the wrong banner. It's actually July 27th.
That's not far from my birthday.
Wait.
Mhm.
What?
I'd love to go.
Hold
It's
on a
July-
minute.
It's July 27th.
Y'all come up and see. I'll be hanging out and assisting Larissa in whatever capacity she needs. So I'll be up there and
Because I got time off in July.
we'll have some fun.
Well, hey, Larissa. is it
Larissa,
always-
I have the wrong date.
Let me get the
Why you got the wrong date for?
I don't know. I have May.
I have May too.
Hold
no,
on.
it was changed to July 27th 2 months ago. 3 months
Hold
ago.
on.
I
I
have
don't-
May down too.
July
Listen-
20.
No, listen to me right now. I will not put up with this, DC. I
Yeah.
asked you point blank if you could do July because we had to change it. The guy who owns,
I'm changing my calendar right now.
So I'm
Yeah,
kind of glad I brought it up then.
the guy who owns Shawnee had to change it on me. It was like it was before Christmas he
John
contacted
changed
me.
it.
What is it? July what?
Chris changed
Oh,
it.
Chris.
Yeah.
July what? What did you say?
July-
July what?
July 27th. I'm trying to bring the calendar up on my computer and it won't let me. So let me make sure. Let me go on my calendar on my phone.
Plenty of, and I'll judge this up while you do that.
Yep,
There's
July
plenty of tent camping available. I don't know if you're going to be having camping.
What's the date?
So let me
July
explain.
27th. Yeah, I'm good with that because that's going to definitely give a break.
You
Yeah.
already
Yeah.
told me you were good. You already told me this 3 months ago when I messaged you in a group chat and you said
Well-
yes.
Was I drinking?
Probably.
I don't know.
Well, no, that actually, yeah, that's
That
great.
worked better.
Yeah,
Yeah. I changed mine.
I'm changing mine now.
Oh,
All right,
hold on.
Then you were tied up in the basement and you were going to say anything to get free.
Oh no,
That's
she
true.
tortured me. She freaking tortured me.
Oh, wait.
That's
July
right.
27th.
Yeah.
So what's supposed to be happening is it's 4 p.m. You check in. It is overnight. The ticket does include camping overnight.
Hey, Buck.
There's different ticket there's different ticket types, guys. So you could do a tour with Daryl, you could do a tour with Dave, you could do a tour with us, or you could do a solo roam ticket, which is cheaper than the 150. But it all includes the lodging, access to the burial area.
Yes, and that's where I will be hanging out.
Yeah, which is big. And pretty much that's it. I mean, he's going to have a campfire. We're going to try and have a food truck there. And there's no promises on that. I'll be honest with you, because we haven't found one yet that's willing to actually go into the campground. I don't know
Well,
why.
It's 'cause
I'll bring
of that-
MREs.
It's that ground.
Yeah, people are
That's better.
wary
Yeah.
around that area that I've been asking. People won't bring their food trucks into the area.
And there is one ticket that is available for $225, and that is Spoon with the Gnome ticket. So if you need to spoon with the gnome, it's $225. Only one ticket available.
You are ridiculous. See, look, July 27th, 2024.
I'm glad you said
Send me the
that.
new one.
Yeah,
I will
send me
not.
that
I will
too.
not. I am done with you.
The show's not over yet. You're not done with us.
I'm
I have-
trying to keep them intact.
See, last year, me and Larissa were like on the same page with everything, and we got so burnt out because of all the events back to back to back, and now we're scatterbrained.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. But It's ridiculous. But basically you get when I do events, just so you guys know, when I do events, I give extra stuff with my tours. So you'll get souvenir footage, audio and video of your tours that you can keep. Plus you get rental equipment. What's this? What's this? What are you doing?
Did you not read that? The gnome ticket just sold.
Ticket sold. Ticket sold.
Done.
All right, I'm done. All right, moving on. So look, who's this lady right here? Who's this lady? Oh, it is. That's you. So we got you there. And then
I thought I wasn't going to be able to go, and then all of a sudden I did. I was so excited.
That's Madison. That's Madison Seminary. That's September. Don't tell me you forgot too.
Wait, you put it on the calendar. No.
I am so done with all of you.
Wait, did you say June or July?
For the calendar doesn't forget. So.
Yeah, well, date is what?
Lee Triana.
Tara Brown.
How are you gonna message me to do events and then forget the ones you?
I suck.
Because I message her and I agree to do her events and then I forget. So,
this is a hot mess. This is the Hot Mess Express. This entire circle of people.
Nothing but a dumpster fire. Dumpster fire.
Yeah.
All right, hey guys, we got to get off. It's like almost 9 o'clock. I got to get up at like 5 o'clock in the morning.
Oh no!
Good night, guys.
Good night, y'all.
Night.
I love y'all. Y'all have a good night.
Love you too.
We love y'all too.
Thanks for being on.
Bye. This is your Castle Con right here. Can you guys see that banner?
Yes, I'm excited.
I got to add you to it, Lee. I got to add you on it. But this is it. And so let me talk a little bit about this. Don't worry, Larissa. I remember my events. Oh, thank you, Tom. Thank you, Tom. That's Tom. He remembers. So let me explain this event because you guys, I really feel like it needs to get out there because it's so detailed, but I'm excited about it. So this is a 3-day extravaganza. And first of all, I know that it's up in Vermont, which is a little more expensive of an area. And this is October, which is wedding season. So I have taken the liberty of getting the hotel room, discount blocks, knocked down to the off-season prices. So if anybody wants to go, yes. So instead of paying $329 a night, which they're down to $150 a night for the hotel.
Wow.
Yes. So
we'll split a room.
That yes, and I've got suites down to $180. You can split.
I like that.
I got it hooked up. I've got the names of the managers at the hotels. There's 3 of them in the area, so it's all in the listing. But now that you guys know about that, let me tell you how the event's going to work. So there is a VIP investigation on Friday night. Those tickets are $100. I am not opening that. I'm not having the special guests. I'm not saying special guests have to go because you really can only have up to 50 guests, period, at the VIP investigation because you don't want to overcrowd the castle. It will take away from the investigation. So people will have to be ticketed guests. The castle is amazing to investigate. So 50 tickets for that. I'm going to do open room or tours, whatever people want to do. If we're doing tours, it's going to be me. It's going to be Ghost Hunters tour Ghost Hunters store tour with Dave Giuliano, and he will provide equipment from the Ghost Hunters store, which, by the way, is an official sponsor for 24 Hours in Hell, and they got all kinds of new goodies, so he'll bring all that stuff. And then you've got the Haunted Hospitals tour with Dave, or you could be an open roamer and you can go solo around the castle. So that's Friday night. Saturday, 9 a.m., Castle Con doors open. General admission, $20, kids 13 and under free. 9 to 5, you will have access to everybody the same way that anybody else does. However, at 10 a.m., there's a special VIP event and there's only 75 tickets. And the VIP event happens inside the castle on the top floor. And that is the Psychic Fair and the VIP meet and greet. The Psychic Fair, Lee, which is what you wanted to be a part of, is going to be 2 special panels where mediums will get to present themselves and talk about their unique gifts. And there's some people like you who are more well known, and then there's some people who are more grassroots. They're going to get to talk about themselves. There's Reiki healers, there's shamans, there's whoever. And then you've got 2 gallery readings that'll happen. One is with Bianca Rose, and the other one is with Connie Koenig. That's included in the ticket price. The ticket price is $50. So you get the 2 panels and the 2 gallery readings for $50. Plus, you get the VIP meet and greet. And the VIP meet and greet is with select special guests like Santiago Cirillo and the cast from 24 Hours, the Blue Bodie, a couple of other people that are only up in that area, autographs, merch, all of that. No long lines, like you're in there, intimate meet and greet with your people. Plus, if you're a psychic reader and you're up there like you will be, you have your own little space for you to read away from the hustle and bustle of the major con. Plus, you can book your people for the Sunday for your Sunday schedule, because there will be the con on Sunday as well. So you get to pre-book people that may come back on Sunday, or most likely will come back Sunday. So that's from 10 to 2 on Saturday. There's speakers on Saturday. There's speakers on Sunday. Saturday night, you got your ball. 7 p.m., the ball starts.
I got my ball.
You've got a DJ. It's Roaring 20s theme. You're going to have Roaring 20s catered themed food, Roaring 20s cocktails. The food is included in the ticket. Plus, you are entered automatically into a raffle where you can get the castle for a private overnight if you win the raffle. And then there's also going to be Monique Tusun is our mistress of ceremonies. There's going to be a date. Yes, date auctions. And I think she's going to do paranormal matchup again. We really haven't touched base to see what we're going to do, but we have plans to do some pretty cool stuff like auctions and games and stuff like that. Costume contest for the best costume. You don't have to dress up though if you don't want to. I want to make sure that people know that. It is 20s themes, but you don't have to. So that's that. And then Sunday, the second part of the con happens at 12 p.m. or at 12 noon, goes till 5, and then that's the end. So it's 3 days, basically starting Friday, ending Sunday.
So it starts at 9 a.m. on Saturday. That means I'll be there at what, 12?
Yeah, knowing you won't be there till 5.
Yeah.
Remember, you got to tickle the toes.
Tickle the toes.
Tickle, tickle. Tickle, tickle.
Be ready to run, but tickle the toes.
Yeah, Alan, if you're still watching, tickle my toes.
So that's the Castle Con, the ball. Oh, here you go. One other thing. If you're a vendor, if you're a sponsor, first of all, the sponsor tickets, they have the special events included in their ticket price. One ticket, like one entry to the VIP, one entry to the con. I'm sorry, 4 tickets to the con. Sponsors have different things going on. Vendors also get entry to certain things as well. However, it's only 1 ticket. Special guests, it's only 1 ticket. If anybody else, like they have to pay for their +1, but it is discounted, and there is a special code that you'll get. That'll all be sent over with your paperwork. So I just want to put that out there too for anybody else.
And that makes perfect sense because she's got to pay for the bartenders, the food, and all that. So
and it is a fundraiser too. We're raising money for the castle, so they gotta get something too.
Yep.
Awesome.
But yeah, it's basically it's a big party. We're all going to get together. We're all going to have some fun. It's Halloween. It's up in Vermont. I mean, come on.
It's going to be so fun.
I know.
Yes,
I'm excited, guys. I'm excited. So that's that.
What day did you say the Shawnee was? July 26th?
July 27th.
You know what else is that day, right?
The Gettysburg Bash.
Yep.
I know. But this has been out there for a while now.
And if you haven't been to Lake Shawnee, I met up with Larissa and Alan and Marlena, and Jessica Lynch came out for her very first ghost hunt ever with us out at Lake Shawnee. So it's really cool. She was not a believer when she got there.
Really?
Yeah.
When she
But-
got there, notice.
Right.
All right.
So
So,
it's super cool. There's
so
gander
let's go over these
pools.
dates again. July the 27th and 28th is Lake Shawnee. No, just the 27th. Got it.
Yep. I mean, if it continues to, if it becomes an issue, like where tickets don't sell because of the bash or whatever, I can always talk to Chris about changing it again. I don't know how I really, this has been planned for almost a year now, so I don't know how receptive he would be.
Right.
The next one's September what?
September 7th.
Up here.
Did you forget, Lee Triana, also?
It's not on here. It's not in here. I've got everything in here.
Wait a second. Did you also forget about this one too?
Oh.
Phantoms of Indiana State on June 25th.
No, I got that one.
All right.
Okay.
So that's going to be awesome too. That's Indiana State Sanitarium.
Sanitarium.
That's gonna be crazy.
Yep.
Get it? Because it's in a sanatorium. It's gonna be crazy.
That's good.
You said you had 75 people come to your event?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh Lord, yeah. It was ridiculous.
Stayed, not just come to it, but stayed for the investigation.
The
And
entire
It
thing.
was probably what 120, 130 that actually came. But
Yep.
these are people that stayed for the investigation. So yeah, it was.
It was so crowded in the little
God, it
area
was a
where we were all
big
set up
place.
that my PTSD was going off. It was that crowded.
What was the name of the place that you guys were at? Like that you
The
were
Belmont Inn.
And
The
where is
Belmont
it?
Inn in Abbeville.
Abbeville. I never even heard of that.
The Belmont Inn in
It's one of the
Abbeville.
most haunted places in South Carolina, but it's small. I
The
mean, what we
birthplace
had
of
to do was
the
crazy.
Civil War.
Yeah, the Civil War started and ended there.
Where
7
did you
presidents stayed there?
Where did you advertise for that?
Social media, radio.
Oh, you did it on the radio too?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, it was great. It was a big turnout. There were people that drove in for the investigation, all the way from like Atlanta,
in North
and
Carolina,
turned around and drove back and didn't stay.
and
but
then
just
they
stayed
came
for
to
the
my next
investigation.
one the next weekend.
Yeah,
Then
it
they were at their house.
It was great.
Good
yeah,
for you.
the Southeast is really popping right now. There's a lot of people that are interested.
Oh, we did the Gilded
waking
Bat, Bat in Newberry, South Carolina, and the whole place is set up. She's restored it back to it's not 1900s because she wanted to have running water and power, but it's about 1920 or 30.
20s, yeah.
And but she's got a horror theme throughout. There's a Bride of Dracula room, the
That's
Medusa
beautiful.
room,
Yeah, the
but
whole
it's
place is amazing.
gorgeous and just incredibly haunted. And there I was expecting 16 to 20 people, and we ended up with 37 that stayed.
Wow.
Yeah,
So
it was amazing.
I'm hoping that, we can have a great time and have a lot of people at the carriage house as well as the, naked cabin.
Yeah.
That's what we call it.
The naked cabin. I'm done.
I'd love for you to come.
So our students named it that, and it's one of those things that now it's going to live in infamy. It's never going to go away.
I want to know what's going on there. I want to know what they have to say. What is their message? Can we do a funeral for them or at least a memorial?
Yeah,
we want to do
some kind of
something
ceremony
special.
for them.
Yeah.
We have some new equipment too, that laser grid system that is strong enough to go from one island to the other, and we're excited about setting that up. And it actually is strong enough that things can form inside the laser grid. So it's going to be pretty amazing. Yeah,
we got 2 sets of that. And I finally got me some glow in the dark what do you call it?
Dowsing rods.
Yeah.
Dowsing rods.
Thank you, James. The Belmont was great. I do a medicine wheel energy boost before each event, and it really, I did it twice at the Belmont, and it was almost too much.
It was.
It was almost too much.
It was amazing. It was amazing.
Well, good for you guys. I'm glad your stuff is selling out. It's been a little tough. It's been a little tough up here. I've heard from quite a few organizers that it's a little bit difficult in this area.
Well, luckily down here there was a couple of cons that went on, and it kind of popped off it knocked off the Bible Belt off the people.
Yeah, it knocked the buckle off.
It knocked the buckle off the belt. Now people are, I did a talk with James Brady, who's in the comments, at a library, and there were like older ladies there that were 100% talking about, well, there is magic in the Appalachians. I got a cousin that can talk the fire out of a burn, and I'm like, well,
damn,
there you go. Which I can do that. But
yeah, there's a grand awakening going on right now, and it needed to happen. It's a great thing. There's so much, the history of the South has got so much spiritual. So many people had so much spiritual guidance, and the typical religion came in and kind of tried to snuff that out. So people wouldn't be independent and wouldn't be finding their spiritual guidance on their own. And now that's broken loose, it's amazing. It's amazing what's happening.
Well, we'll do our best. If you need, some folks there, we can help advertise. This show is on Roku. I've got 500,000 subscribers on there. I've got a little bit of YouTube channel, but it's kicking along.
Growing. It's getting there.
Yep. So.
Wow. Yeah. I mean,
we'll put it out there. So.
Yeah, I was going to have my Paracon again this year, but I had to cancel because Larissa was on a cruise, so I couldn't have it out there.
Had to go out on the boat.
Next year, I will not be on a cruise for your Paracon, and I will be down there helping.
Well, there may be some changes. I think Lee and I are going to be teaming up with Matt and try to get a couple other people, because it cost an absorbent amount of money last time. And so
we're not going to do that again.
No.
Well,
I don't know who that is.
I don't know either.
Well, but hi, Pumpkin.
If you need help, if you look for someone else, I'll help you too.
We're not worshiping Satan, people. No joke. Whoever that was. Thank you. Thank you, James.
For real.
Well, every time we end the show,
I might. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
That's all right. Go ahead.
If you need help next year, Brandon, I'll help you. And Leatriad, I might send you some flyers for the events that we're doing together.
Please.
To try and get that awareness out there, because ISS, it's not. I mean, it's almost like it's not. Nobody even knows about it. And you see, I spam everything, so I don't know how people don't know about it.
Well, everything has got its time. And if we all work together, we can get that information out there.
We absolutely will.
Yep. And I'll put it out on Gunroom Radio, the radio station, the veteran radio station I run. I'll put it out on there too.
Oh, right. Yeah. Oh, how is that going? I know we only have a few minutes left, but how is that going? I forgot.
It's still building. Check us out at gunroomradio.com. We got a bunch coming up. We're doing big things for the veterans. So
that's so cool.
We're even working on the VMAs, the Veteran Music Awards. So
that's fantastic.
Stay tuned.
I've been thinking about us starting our own network, like network, like having channels.
That would be so cool.
Yeah, I would like to have a cooking station and have somebody doing gunsmithing and shooting and camping and prepping and
I can do a lot of bitching if you want to.
That's amazing. We got a channel called Bitching Channel. Channel 1369.
We'll call it Karen's Corner.
Call it the Slap Time.
I love it.
Karen's Corner. I said Slapaho Tribe.
No, Matt. You got to call it the Captain's Corner because I was a
Yeah, 'cause she's
Karen.
Captain Karen's Corner.
There you go.
That's so funny. Larissa, thank you so much for coming on. You've got to come back again. Ooh, I just kicked the
Thank you
table.
for having
Sorry.
me.
Yeah.
Sorry, everybody, that I'm not Blaine.
Oh, hey, the profiling channel. That would be amazing, Tom. It's something to think about.
Yeah.
So
You could have him be the profiler. Oh my God, please do this.
yeah, he's great at it, man. So I'll always end the show with a Native American blessing. And my voice is going out, so I'm going to go ahead and do it now so we can use this as an encore. So, okay, everyone, thank you for watching Family Spirit International. And here's our blessing. For as long as the moon shall rise, for as long as the rivers shall flow, for as long as the sun shall shine, for as long as the grass shall grow, let us know peace. May all I say and all I think be in harmony with thee, God within me, God beyond me, maker of the trees. Think over again our small adventure. Thank you for watching Family Spirit International. Aho.
Aho. Thank you, guys.
I pushed a button.
You